Hey guys, welcome to this very special episode of TFL Today because we are in a brand new project truck. Not that one that's owned by TFL, but one that's owned by this young man.
Hi guys, so this is my new truck. This is a big investment in my life where I'm at, but this is an exciting thing, a truck I've always wanted. Something, it's kind of been a dream of mine to own a truck like this, so I'm excited. And we're gonna leave you guessing as to what it is for just a few minutes while we let people tune in.
Yeah, you know, this show starts at 10 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Mountain Time, and so we're a little bit early. So we're just sitting here driving around, and we're gonna wait till it turns at 10 o'clock or noon Eastern Time before we tell you what this truck is. So let me see if you guys can guess what truck we're driving. Tommy, you want to give them a couple of hints?
Yes, it's old.
Okay.
It's pre-1980.
Okay.
It's a classic truck. It's full of holes.
It is.
Is our next hint. Not that that means anything to you guys. Bench seat, automatic.
Yeah, and it's got issues, of course, and but that's what makes this such a fun truck, and that's what makes it such a project truck.
But if you want to pan down, this is the biggest hint, and this is what makes this truck special. It's a four-wheel drive truck.
Yeah, of course it's a four-wheel drive truck. You know, how could we not get a four-wheel drive truck? You know what? Let's go that way.
Yep.
And see if we can get a little better connection. Our connection is not great here, so I'm trying to find a place where we're going to get a little bit more. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit better connection. So any guesses as to what this could be? Any of you guys out there? Any ideas?
Anything out there?
Give it a little bit of gas. Let them hear it.
V8.
It's definitely a V8. It's got to be a V8 if it's going to be an American truck.
Yep. I'll give you another hint. It's mid-70s.
It's mid-70s? Damn, it's an old truck.
Yeah, so we're going back over 40 years here, or almost 40 years.
Yeah. People are asking, what is it? Old Chevy?
Nope, we already have one of those.
We already have a Chevy, so it's definitely not a Chevy, so you can rule out the Chevy. Here, let me give you another hint. I'm gonna pan over here and you can see the interior of the truck. That should give you a big hint right there. And I gotta tell you, this truck was really hard to find. It's a really unique truck that
it's becoming quite rare now.
It's becoming quite rare. There is a distributor in the front of the carburetor. Yes, the distributor's
in front of the carburetor.
Yes, Chris, you said old Ford. Somebody said Ford 150.
Close.
Close. You're getting close. We're getting closer. Ford F100, getting closer. Why don't you pull over here to the parking lot? Hey, somebody got it. Hi, boy. Congratulations. Michael, You got it. Congratulations. With the Ranger package. Really hard to find. Really, really hard to find. Now, you guys might be wondering, what's a high boy?
Turn around here?
Yeah, just park here. We're going to do that. We're going to come out here. We're going to show you what a high boy is because these are certainly unique trucks. And Tommy, since this is your truck, I'm going to hand the phone over to you.
Yep.
And we're going to give you
a little tour here.
A little tour of this high boy, because a lot of people think they know what high boys are, but there's something really unique that makes a high boy a high boy. Here, let me swap the camera for you, Tommy, and you go give him a walk around, okay?
Yeah, we'll do.
All right, here we go. Hold on, still. Swap. There you go.
Okay, so here we go. Ford.
Yes, look at this.
That's right. Yeah, so if this gives you any hint to the condition here, that's a good start. Let me grab the keys out of this truck. So, this is a 1974 Ford F-250 four-wheel drive, often referred to as a high boy. And yeah, it's black.
Give him a big wide shot of it.
Here's the 250.
And maybe on this side where you got the sun.
Okay, here we go. Guys, I'd like to introduce you to our new truck, or my new truck, and I'm calling it Rust Boy. So, 1974 Ford F-250 High Boy. Let me show you why I call it Rust Boy. If this is any hint. Yikes. Yep. So that's factory original rust, or as I like to call it, weight reduction. You know, we like to think that Ford aluminum weight reduction is a new thing, but they've been doing it back since the 70s. And this is a Ranger trim, XLT Ranger, so it's quite well equipped. Tailgate's in great condition. Got this nice chrome bit up top.
Yeah.
Bed is pretty solid, just very used.
Yeah, here's the problem with the tailgate though. It's
Yeah.
in good condition.
The little knob here is a little...
Yeah, but it doesn't open.
Or the little forks.
And look, somebody welded a hitch into it, so you get a free hitch at no additional cost. Hold on.
Oh, thanks, Dad. Got a shoe untying situation here. This is live as live gets. So, similar thing on this side. Pretty severe rust in the bed. This is for a CB radio antenna, dual exhaust. This is a 390 truck. Now, why are these called Highboys? Well, there's a lot of misconceptions online about these trucks. So, Highboy was never an official Ford package. This did not leave the factory as an F-250 Highboy. This left the factory as an F-250 4x4.
Yeah, it was Highboy. It was never a Ford term. It was just a term that people eventually used to describe the truck. And the reason it's called a Highboy is obviously because it's very high.
Yep,
but it's got a unique claim to fame.
So obviously it's a very high truck. You may think this is lifted, but this is the stock factory ride height. It was this high from the factory. But Highboy is referring to this down here, and that's a divorced transfer case. So I don't know if you can see this, but in these old F-250 Highboys, you have the engine up front, obviously made it to the transmission, and then there's a third drive shaft that connects the transmission to the transfer case. And then both the front and the rear drive shafts are equal length. So the first Bigfoot was a Highboy, actually. It was a F-250 of this generation. So the word Highboy refers to trucks, F-250s pre-1977 and a half. This is a 74 390 V8.
Why are people saying you should watch your comments?
Yep. C6 automatic.
Okay, I'll pop the hood.
It's right here.
You can open it here, don't you?
Do you mind popping it open there?
Yeah, I'll see if I can figure out how to pop it open.
There you go.
Look at that.
So 390 V8 here. 3-speed automatic transmission.
And tell them one of the reasons we bought it, because for you guys who've been following us, you know that we have a Lincoln Continental. We called it Diamond in the Rough. And ironically, this engine and transmission are from the same era as that Lincoln. In fact, the transmission is exactly the same. This has the smaller 390. The Lincoln has a 460, but if we wanted to, we could just pop this engine out and bolt in the Lincoln with the same transmission. So, you know, we've got a spare engine, because these did come with the 460, just not the Highboys.
Right. So we've got some questions here.
Yep.
Where's Big Green? Well, this is my answer to Big Green. I love these old trucks. Big Green's a great truck, but I wanted to something to go up against Big Green. And this 74 Highboy is just perfect. A little bit older, about 9 years older than that K10. And I think between you and me, it's cooler. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, it's got some serious issues. This is bad. We got hit right here. This quarter panel is damaged. It pushed it back so the door doesn't quite open right. I mean, this is definitely a project truck. The bed is pretty much shot, but luckily with a little bit of work and hopefully not a whole heck of a lot of money, we can make this into a pretty badass truck. It's got the good bones, except for the rust, of course, to make it into a really cool truck. I don't like the wheels. Those mag wheels just don't work for the truck.
Yep. Rear axle ratio is a 411. 8-bolt here. Obviously manual locking hubs on these trucks. Let me show you that issue with the door. It's, yeah, a little bit crunched right there, but it does open. The inside is very clean, actually. So here we can see Ranger XLT. So this was a very fully equipped truck back in the day. It did come out of the factory with air conditioning. That's not hooked up. Wood veneer right here. It's got a lot of patina, this truck, or as my dad calls it, rust.
And you know, somebody put some love into this truck. Look at the Holly. That wasn't certainly from the factory.
Nope. The previous owner said this truck had an engine rebuild about 8,300 miles ago.
Yeah, and I love the fact that they put the header tape on the headers. Somebody put some TLC into it. You can kind of see the decades of use and love that went into this truck. And That's really part of the coolness of the truck. Show them the CB radio. That is so 70s.
Yep, so we've got a couple things that obviously aren't factory original. I like the wind deflector. Here's a question for you guys. I'm a fan of this wind deflector here. Roman hates it.
I hate it.
Actually, bug deflector. But I think it's very period. And then we also have this overhead console that someone stuck a CB radio in, aftermarket radio, because they all have them. I would like to have the factory one at some point though. So the bed is shot. The bed is going to need to be replaced. It's just too full of holes. But surprisingly, underneath the truck, it's pretty solid. So the frame's in decent shape. You know, transfer case is a little bit weepy. There's that third drive shaft I was telling you guys about that mates the transmission to the transfer case.
Yeah, and show them the springs. That's also what makes it a high boy.
Your dad is right. Is awful. Oops. Oops. Yeah, so these highboy trucks had slightly narrower frames than a traditional F-250. And they also have blocks right there above the axle housing that gives them what a lot of people call a factory lift. And I cannot believe how high these trucks sat from the factory. I mean, this is the factory ride height, and look how tall it is. I vote ditch the bug guard, says James. Duly noted.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a reason we're calling it Rust Boy. Of course, this bed, guys, is easy to replace, right? The problem, I shouldn't say it's easy to replace. A normal bed would be easy to replace because these are a little bit special since they're narrower. It's going to be tricky because you got to find another high boy bed. What a lot of people do is they basically just take the bed off and turn it into a chassis cab. I don't like that look. It looks too much like a work truck. I think we want to make this into a kind of a off-road truck.
I'm not going to lift it. I'm not going to put too big of a tire on. I kind of want to keep it with an original vibe. I don't know if I'm going to keep the toolbox here yet. We may do some kind of, you know, roll bar up there with some KCs. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, the one part where there is a little bit of rust, which is more problematic, is in the corner right here. And this is where the high boys rusted out. But this is still not too bad. A lot of these completely rusted out in the corner. And when these corners go, you're pretty much looking at a basket case. It's
You've got a new cab.
Yeah.
The one thing that this truck is very solid is the floorboards. Very little to no rust on the actual floors themselves, so that is a plus. I hate these. But why do people drill holes into their classic trucks?
Yeah, and you know, Tommy used to do a, don't walk away from me too much, you won't hear me. Tommy used to do a series called Diff Lock, which we still have with the kind of TFL JK Jeep, and it was affordable off-roading, and we wanted to bring that back. So one of the reasons you got this is because this allows you to bring it back. This is, you know, a very factory-ready, very capable off-road truck, and it's affordable.
Yeah. Should we tell them how much you paid for it? Or I paid for it?
It's up to you.
So, this is the biggest investment I've ever made. $3,800 of my hard-earned money went into this truck. It was a very nerve-wracking decision last night to go for it, but I've always wanted an old truck like this. I love the 6th generation front-end design. Obviously this one's going to need some work, but that's what my summer project is.
These are horrible.
Yeah, these little aftermarket guards are awful. Tires are good though.
Yeah, you need a new
wipers.
wiper. It looks like those haven't been used in a while. This little stubby thing is pretty horrible. Like I say, I think this truck has the bones of a truck that could be really badass. It's already badass, but it could be seriously badass. High boys are very rare, or real high boys. The problem is that a lot of people call any lifted truck from like the 70s, any Ford that's a truck, a high boy, and it's not, because you have to have that 250 with that dual transfer case. Well, with this
divorce transfer case.
With the divorce transfer case, and those are very rare.
They're a little bit hard to find for sure.
Yeah, very hard to find.
I'm gonna address this. It's driving me crazy having the broken grill.
Well, should we take it for a ride, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand them over to you. I'm gonna do an exhaust note.
All right, we'll do an exhaust note, guys. You can listen to it, see what it sounds like. There it goes. Uh-oh. It does have that good V8 rumble. Originally, this had about 300 horsepower, and it's got dual exhaust. Let me show you. Give it over the beans, Tommy. Oh yeah, that does sound good. That does sound good indeed.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. This is my new truck. First truck I've ever owned. It's gonna be a big learning process, especially with this right here. Also, Highboys only have one fuel tank. There wasn't room between the frame allegedly to put two, so it's located behind the seat back here. How do I? There we go. There's the fuel tank. Sounds like a motorcycle. What motorcycle are you driving?
Yeah, what V8 motorcycle are you driving, dude?
So, Dad, do you want to drive it? I drove it all day yesterday. Do you want to get behind the wheel?
Yeah, I've never driven this, so let me give it a shot.
Okay, let me come around here.
Oh, you might.
Sounds like it has glass pack mufflers. It could, it very well could. I've had this truck for all of like 8 hours, so we picked it up just last night. Okay. I've been missing diff lock. Yay, me too. Back to affordable off-roading.
Tommy, have you noticed what's missing up here?
What's missing up here?
Visors.
Oh yeah, the stupid console needs to go, I think.
Yeah. How about this? How about the CB radio?
It's pretty vintage.
Yeah. Do we need a CB radio?
I don't know. Do we need a CB radio? Sorry guys,
I don't think we need a CB radio. All right.
Okay, you're mounted up. We're gonna go for my dad's first ride in the truck here. This is genuinely the first ride. Let me adjust it a little bit. A little crooked.
Your steering wheel is falling apart here, Tommy.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little things.
Harley Davidson, somebody says, it sounds like.
Yeah, I could see that, I guess.
Yeah, it says it's got 84,000 miles, but I suspect it's more than that.
It says it has 8,400 miles because the previous owner rolled back the odometer when he did the engine rebuild, so...
Oh, 8,400 miles, never mind.
Who knows how many miles this truck actually has.
Somebody said we should get
So, shift it into drive and let it clunk. There you go.
Yeah. It's got power steering, that's nice.
Yep, a little bit weepy, we should say. It leaks a little bit.
Yeah. Wow, look at this.
Here we go.
Reminds a little bit of Big Green.
Well, that's the idea. This is cooler than Big Green, guys.
It's pretty tall. Oh yeah. I think we're missing disc brakes too.
Oh yeah, so this has four-wheel drums on it.
Yeah.
Power drums, but drums nonetheless.
Should we go off-road, see how it does off-road?
On a dirt road?
Yeah.
I think this truck can handle more than a dirt road.
You think? It's all by. You know, I think the steering is actually about the same as the old Chevy.
Chevy K10?
Yeah, it might be a little bit better actually in some ways.
Tall blue. Yeah. No, the name is Rust Boy. Yeah. Like High Boy, but with a lot of rust.
Yeah, Rust Boy. Actually, it's a really smooth ride. I'm really impressed by how well this thing does on dirt. I mean, it just glides along.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys off and show you what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, why don't you show them what we're seeing?
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty darn good. There's a lot of squeaks and groans and rattles, but for a truck that's from 1974,
yep,
I guess that's pretty understandable.
So, quick interior tour here.
How come everybody puts in these crappy like JVC radios that completely don't belong in an old truck?
Yeah, I don't know. We got
we got
aftermarket gauges, of course.
Yeah, look at that. And what do we got there? We got amps are dead or zero.
Yep, but we do have oil pressure that works. Temperature.
Engine temperature.
The guy allegedly put in a new radiator, so should be good on that.
I like it, Tommy. I definitely feel like I need a CD. Breaker. This is, you know, Kent is wet whiskers.
What? Yeah.
I'm Iron Dumpling. Breaker. This is Iron Dumpling. You got your ears on?
We got a question. Is it a 8-lug F250? Yes, it is. This is a true F250 4x4.
Yeah, because the 8 lugs were the
heavy-duty axles,
yeah, versus the light-duty axles.
So what's interesting is you see a lot of F100 four-wheel drives of this era.
Yeah.
But the true 250 Highboys with the divorce transfer case are becoming quite rare now.
Yeah, we looked long and hard for one. And it's funny because most of them are actually here in Colorado. You'd think that they'd be in the rest of the country, but I guess people, you know, like to go off-road, so Colorado's a great place for these trucks.
Oh, for sure.
Let's give it a little bit of the old beans. Oh yeah. All right, I wouldn't call it, you know, it's okay for an old truck. It's not bad. I mean, this engine probably has a lot of miles on it, and it's actually doing really well for an old truck. There's a clanging sound coming from behind me. It feels like the fuel pickup gauge might be...
The fuel sender is rocking around.
Yeah, sloshing.
Headliner's pretty good.
Yeah, the headliner, though, that's not original. That's pretty good. The dash is a little cracked. I would say, all in all, you know, it's certainly a driver. This is never going to be a truck that is going to be concourse quality, but that's not what you wanted, right?
How are the brakes? They're there.
I don't know. I've got some mountain bikers showing in front of me. They work. They're kind of spongy.
Yeah, there are four-wheel drums, power assisted. Oh, we've got a car coming the other way here.
Yeah, we got mountain bikers and a car, and this thing is wide. It's a big truck. It is a big truck, Tommy. But you know what? It's fun to drive, man. Do I like it as much as Big Green? No, hell no, I don't like it as much as Big Green. But I think with a little bit of TLC, you can make this into a pretty acceptable truck.
You know, I really like this truck. I love this era of 70s Ford. I think they just look so cool and they're so unique.
The question is, what are you going to do with it?
There's the question.
Yeah, there's the question. What's your plan for this bad boy? Let's park it.
Well, let's go outside and we'll talk about it.
Let's go outside. Does the parking brake work?
Parking brake works.
Okay. Does the key come out? How does the key come out?
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, it's got that accessory setting. You can't get out there.
There we go. So, welcome to Rust Boy, our 74 Highboy. I'm so excited to call this truck mine finally. We're excited to see what we're gonna do with it. The plan is we're gonna do a bunch of comparisons to Big Green.
Yeah.
Maybe even to Kent's Raptor Hunter or Raptor Killer, his 94 Dodge truck. We'll have to see. So is this Tommy's new truck? Yep, this is my brand new truck. It looks like a pile of poo. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool.
What do you guys have? Why don't you let us know in the comments what you think we should do with it, and I know what that's going to be. I shouldn't have even asked that question, like drive it off a cliff.
Someone said keep it as stock as possible, and I agree.
Yeah.
I still cannot get over how tall this truck sits stock. Really is just a cool truck here. No diff locks, maybe we'll put in a locker at some point, but here it is in all its rusty glory.
I think, you know, if it were me, what I would do with it, how's the connection, by the way?
Good.
Okay, if it were me, what I would do with it, Tommy, is I would find a new bed, so we can get, you know, that's really letting it down right now. So get a new bed, just pull that one off. That's a really easy swap to do if you can afford it. I don't know how much a new bed for a Highboy is, but I assume it can't be too crazy.
Yeah.
Then I would remove the wind blocker thing. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Not cool. I would probably try to swap out the wheels. Those are
yeah, that's what people are saying to find some stock wheels, and I agree. They're just not. They're not factory original. Pull off versus Big Green.
Yeah, so I would do that, and if we can swap out the bed, it would actually look really good if we could repaint it. You know, not a rattle can paint job, but maybe a little bit better than that. I bet you all that trim is available. The front where it's, you know, the grill is available. I'm sure the fender's available. It's got a lot, but you know, over the next few weeks, hopefully you guys will be part of this journey. We'll be featuring it on TFL Truck if you're up for it. And you can watch as Rust Boy becomes Rusty. Rusty Boy? I don't know. As Rust Boy becomes
just a regular Highboy.
a truck that has that is everything that it should be. That would be my suggestion. But yeah, it's a badass truck. It's got a lot of really good potential. These old Highboys are becoming more and more rare. People understand that, you know, at one point this was the beginning of really where the Raptor came from, right? This is the start. Yeah, this is the start. And back in the day, you know, they didn't build a lot of these. Yep,
they're pretty rare trucks, but we can't wait to take you guys on our journey. For those of you that still don't know, I'm Tommy's son. What are you doing?
Son.
Oh, yeah, but I want to see the truck.
Yeah, then let's go this way. Yeah. What are you guys saying? Yeah, I agree. And the dog hubcaps, rust weight reduction. Yeah, we know all that. Guys, thank you very much for watching this special episode of TFL Today. We will be doing much more videos up on TFL Truck. giving you not such a
This is
shaky
just a
view.
live video. We'll do a full in-depth tour of the truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Go through it. Yep.
Yeah. And stay tuned for more classic trucks and more Big Green. By the way, tomorrow on TFL Truck, we're doing a video of the new engine in Big Green, hopefully starting up. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but somebody says sweet truck, Tommy, but you're going to have to watch that, so look for TFL Truck tomorrow. And as always, this is Roman.
And Tommy.
Saying thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy watching Big Green and
Rust Boy.
Rust Boy. See you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.